fans, thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Hey, Dave.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Now, it's no secret at the end of quarters, players will wait until just after the buzzer sounds to fire up heaves, so they won't hurt their field goal percentage. To encourage a nothing-to-lose approach on these plays, many say it's past time that the league only counts the makes in those situations. Kevin, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. Do it. Thanks, TA. Brett, there's no doubt your athleticism was one of the key weapons you possessed. We're going to see plenty of that here tonight on display.
Well, that's kind of you first, Kevin, but secondarily, the guys out here have a chance when there's any open space to make something extremely exciting happen. So let's move up a little bit and sit on the edge of our seats, should we?
So the net starting five. The guard set is Irving and Curry. Durant is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Claxton in at the center position. And for the Suns, Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. And it's Ayton in at center, locking down the middle. Now here's Paul, down low. And it's Johnson, that time on the assist by Paul.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
Outside Curry. It's Durant on the wing, covered by Johnson. KD's shot is off. Suns on offense.
After missing the playoffs for 10 consecutive seasons, boy, the Suns not only got to the postseason in 21, they made it all the way to the finals. So what a turnaround for that franchise.
Now here's Paul, Ayton, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Curry dishes to Simmons. Shoots the three. And Seth Curry hits from deep. It's been quite a turnaround, hasn't it, Brent, for Phoenix? Ever since they acquired Chris Paul in that trade from Oklahoma City, they've been a different team.
Yeah, and I don't think you can really give enough credit to what it is that Chris Paul has brought, along with the combination and relationship that he has with Monty Williams. I mean, that leadership with that young roster and giving those guys belief has elevated the play of everybody who's put on that uniform.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
A nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
Bridges finds Booker. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And that one's good, Ayton.
He's a pretty high percentage shooter from there. Ayton's size and touch, it's a pretty tough combo to go against.
Irving against Paul. And here's Simmons for three. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And you can count on Booker for some three-point efficiency. He might not take as many as he used to, but still dangerous.
Now here's Irving. Up top, Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Jumps up, and KD throws it down.
And Kyrie with that feel, man, it's so special, impressive. Finds a teammate, that's a direct dime.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Irving against Paul. Over Irving, Ayton trying to break free. Paul's shot is off. Nets leading by 3. Passes it to Curry. The kick out to Irving. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside.
Irving.
Irving's got 5.
Well, the touch that Kyrie has from the perimeter, so lethal from that area on the floor.
Back to Paul. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter, and he uses the glass on the lane.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
He's got the skills, and he's showing you some of the fundamentals that allow him to score.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Irving kicks to Curry. 27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Suns trail by 6. Poked away. Here's Booker. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Such a capable scorer from the mid-range. He just knows how to make that work for him.
And here's Irving. 5 points in the game. He finds KD. This one for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 4. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Champions.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far, they are hitting at a high clip.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
So it's Paul on the bench. Here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. They've got Cameron Payne. Dario Saric is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Lee in at the 2. And it's the Suns with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Payne passes to Okogie. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
And Payne just playing eyes-up basketball, seeing that opportunity.
Irving looking over the floor. O'Neal, that's a 2-pointer. Another one falls for Brooklyn. You know, it seems like we're seeing more teams, Brent, use zone defense these days. Not too long ago, zone was almost non-existent in the league.
Well, Kevin, you couldn't play zone. Even though there were zone principles in man-to-man defense, it used to be an illegal defense to set up in a 2-3 zone that you see teams doing nowadays. I'm very interested if the league does, in fact, do away with illegal defense and allow coaches to use whatever defensive scheme they need to do to slow up their opposition. It might do something in terms of producing more shots so we don't get stagnation with just threes all the time. We'll see if that happens.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Landry Shamit's checked in for the Suns. O'Neal misses. Suns trail by 6. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Thomas comes in for Nicholas Claxton. It's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
It's tipped. Here's Harris, and there's the drive. And Mills kicks to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
And the pass to Shamit. Here's Payne. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Well, you like the role that Cam has accepted as a guy who comes in, he gives immediate energy and impact to the offense. He does a little bit of everything, but he certainly is a spark plug.
So for the Suns, Andre Ayton's checked in for Saric. Johnson comes in for Josh Okogie. And it's Bridges in for Torrey Craig. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Royce O'Neal. Ben Simmons comes in for Warren. And it's Seth Curry in for Harris.
And using all of his 7'5" wingspan, Durant turns backwards.
And a look at the Mobile One drive, driving right into your living room.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Fades away, and that one's good, Ayton. Ayton's got 6 points. His versatility has made Payne a valuable second unit guy, don't you think, Brent?
Well, he's a pretty decent package out there. He can score, he likes to get up defensively and bother opposing point guards. So it's that momentum that Payne can come into the game and begin to turn the tide for his team in their favor.
Here's Payne following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Shamet the pass to Johnson. Ayton trying to break free. It's good, and the Brooklyn News get down to 6. That one coming from Johnson.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Brooklyn foul.
For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Payne has gotten this reputation, and it's well earned as a professional. Just able to come in the game, ready when called upon. He's going to impact on both ends of the floor what's being done out there. And that effort level, that has kept him around.
Now, here's Thomas, and it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Thomas got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Brooklyn. Booker with no one around, and he drops after rolling around the rim. 7 points in the game.
Devin Booker lethal on the pull-up jump shot. Loves going to this shot when the D is not paying any attention.
And here's KD for beat the clock. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period, and they flat out dominated that second quarter. Hard to believe they were behind at one point as they're now up 11. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
The way they're shooting it from deep, they're going to be hard to beat. This team has a lot of confidence and lets them fly without hesitation. Defensively, you have to force.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Starting off the second half, here's Steve Nash's 5. The guard set is Irving and Curry. Ben Simmons is out there with Durant, and it's Claxton in its center.
If Ayton can get in that kind of position, he can be a bully on the inside.
Here's Simmons. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And catching the defense flat-footed and taking full advantage. Big bucket there to extend the lead. And never say never, but we might never see another play that combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
And he knocks down the first one. And when you think about Durant's singularity as a player, Steve Kerr said he's more gifted than Michael Jordan. Greg, what do you think of that?
Well, Steve's had a first-hand view coaching KD and playing alongside Jordan. He didn't say greater, but more gifted. I think it's a conversation.
Back to Booker. Bridges against KD. Paul, no one around him. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Paul's got 5 points so far. And Simmons kicks to Durant. Fires for three. It falls for his fifth field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, there's a nice answer from an operator in Kevin Durant. You hit a three, you know he's coming back at you.
Back to Booker. Fires the three. Johnson. They shoot again. And that one is off. Simmons with the defensive effort. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
2 minutes.
Pulls up, high post. The shot by Paul, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Simmons' shot is good.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Booker's all-around game is really coming together. Nice play there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, it was such a feel-good moment, at least for a little while. Mikal Bridges grew up in Philly, obviously played his college ball there, and his mom was working for the 76ers at the time, so it just felt right as the 10th overall pick in the 2018 draft for him to be a 76er.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Sharch has checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Okogie comes in for Johnson. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Bridges. And Lee's subbed in for Booker. Mikal's time in Philly was very short, Brent. Bridges traded to Phoenix on draft night.
Well, that was a bit of a shocker. I mean, all the talk about being the hometown hero, and then all of a sudden he's on his way to the desert heading towards Phoenix. But you look at Mikal's career, he's been awesome for the Suns. I mean, with development as a 3-and-D player, making the finals, signing a big extension, such a huge part of the Phoenix Suns franchise and their future.
On the wing, Harris. Craig defending. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Suns trail by 15. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the third. Lee with the ball. He's picked up by O'Neal. Craig passes to Paul. 6 to shoot. Lays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 7.
There's Paul showing his strength there, just bullying his way past the defense and that aggressive coverage.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren.
Well, that's the two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
Poke loose. It's stolen by Harris. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. It'll count. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. The backcourt pair for him, it's Payne and Booker. And it's Ayton in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Brooklyn leading by 11. Here's Irving, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, when your point guard is Kyrie Irving and he decides to mix it up on the inside, that helps out your ball club.
Durant's checked in for the Nets. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Booker outside. Pass to Johnson. Back to Booker. It doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will come the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Irving. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
Such a reliable shooting option. KD, the guy on the floor, you'll want him with the ball to make plays like that.
Pass to Payne. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Tries again. Ayton trying to break free. Misses at the rim. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Curry's shot is good. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
The other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes. They came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
And that pass-first nature of Simmons, outstanding at understanding when his teammates are open.
Suns trail by 19. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ayton, the pass to Bridges. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
Now, here is Irving. Left side Curry. It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Payne. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Nets leading by 15 to the inside. And Simmons slams it in.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And Edmund Sumner is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Brooklyn.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
Here's Lee. Got a hand on it. Here's Sumner, covered by Lee. Harris inside the line. Again, the Nets for 2.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
The pass to Lee. Now, here's Shamet. Thomas covering. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Saric, drilled from 11 feet out.
Yes, Saric always finding a way to be effective, gets open, and sends the jumper in.
On the wing, Harris. Craig defending. Harris outside. There's the three. It falls.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game.